Welcome back to the Rhode Show. Growing a business in this economy can seem like an impossible task, but social media expert Chris Brogan says the key to it is marketing yourself online.
Chris Brogan's book, which is on the New York Times bestsellers list, is called Trust Agents, and he joins us this morning. And we're kind of excited to have you here because I think everybody is trying to figure out, how do you harness the power of these social networking sites to improve who you are as an individual, your relationship with people, and also from business to reaching out to your consumers. Tell me a little bit about how they can do that.
Well, I think what's most interesting about the tools is they give you a voice that you didn't have before in the same way. A phone is a one-to-one interaction. Writing a mail to somebody is a one-to-one interaction. But now with this, you have the opportunity to speak to people that you maybe didn't have access to before. Now you have the opportunity to sort of express yourself in a way that other people can see and interact with. Things like Twitter or Facebook or blogging and all these kinds of things that we're hearing about, a business or an individual can now have a much more intimate relationship and a real two-way conversation. Earlier on the show, you were having a conversation about what they're saying in the Facebook group about what's going on. This is not, news used to be a one-way street.
Right.
You could yell at your TV screen, but you couldn't get it at home.
So give me an example. If I'm upset with some company, let's say, just to throw it out there, is General Electric, and I think their refrigerator stinks and I can't get any help, and I go on Twitter or I go on a Facebook page, is there somebody at GE who's monitoring this stuff?
Great one. Last month I was just at GE headquarters speaking to them, and yes, there are. There are people who talk to all of their multiple brands. I mean, we think of them as the fridge company, but they do everything. Wastewater management, just crazy giant businesses. And they are monitoring Twitter, and they do pay attention. Marcel Lebrun from Radian 6 calls us answering the social phone, and I think it's the most accurate thing I've ever heard. So you could talk to JetBlue, you could talk to the Home Depot, you could talk to Starbucks if you want. They're all out there listening and communicating back and forth.
And another thing that's really interesting, especially with Twitter, is I know that there are, food trucks that as they move, different mobile businesses, you can actually reach out to your consumers and say, this is what we're going to be, this is where we're going to be, this is what our specials are going to be today, and harnessing that very powerful tool to draw even more customers.
I was just out in Orange County, California, and the Koji barbecue truck is very famous for this use of Twitter. Right. And there was a line more than 100 people long.
Wow.
And I couldn't get in. It just wasn't going to happen. So I got to sit beside the truck and watch this vast line of people waiting hours for Korean barbecue served taco style.
It's incredible.
Here's a guy, everybody laughs at me, okay? I'm a little older than everybody else here, so I'm not as well versed with the Facebook and the Twitter and everything else. How is your book going to help me be a better person and a better consumer and a better advocate for myself in today's world?
That's a great question. I mean, what we do in the book is we sort of break it down to, this is just being human again. This is how to be human at a distance. I've started to hear people say it's like Dale Carnegie for the modern ages, which is, be a good person, be out there, and don't be that guy. I mean, when you meet people at an event, you have that realization that you should shake hands with them and get to know them.
Right.
But we all meet those person that really wants to sell themselves really early in the relationship. Right. This teaches you a bit about how not to do that. And then further, it's just sort of a overall blanket statement of the tools aren't crazy. Don't worry about the tools. Just worry about what you know how to do already, which is meet people. This just tells you how to do it on the web.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Chris Brogan is the author. Trust Agents is the book, and it's available at all major bookstores. We have more information at foxprovidence.com. Sean, over to you.
Thank you so much. This morning.